Over on Channel 2, Cooper's Crossing is in danger as a brush fire threatens. Meanwhile, Dr Callahan and Liz can't be reached on the radios and rumours fly in on the Flying Doctors at 9 p.m. But first, it's the Thamesmen.
Nothing about wrong with taking your time, matey. I'll have you know.
Oh, is that what you call it? I just like old age if you... Anyway, my name is Alex, and I am in a place called Colorado, which is in the US of A.
Up on top of the world, aren't you? You're like mile high. You're up there somewhere, aren't you?
I am. I'm up near Jesus.
Is that where he is? I'm George. I'm in Los Angeles, and I'm nowhere near Jesus, because it's a godless place I live in.
I was in Wal-Mart talking about being in the cultural centre of being in the cultural centre of America, and I was in a Walmart, and a fat cowboy came up to me. There's no way of just saying it. He was a fat cowboy, and he said, "Do you believe in God?" And I said, "Not in Walmart." And he gave me a coin. He goes, "This is for you," and it was a 1 cent, but he punched out a cross in the centre.
What?
And I said, "Oh, thank you." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, because now God makes sense in your life. And seriously, and he gave me 2 of them, and he said, "I make it myself," and it was like, "No shit, Sherlock," you know. And he goes, "So you're a non-believer?" And I said, "Not in Walmart, mate. It's probably, this is the Antichrist of life. This is where he lives." And he wasn't impressed with that, and he rolled on.
I mean, I gotta love Americans, and I love so much of their, like, I ran into a Holy Roller American as well the other, some months ago, and he says, "Do you like Chick-fil-A?" And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And he gave me like a token for Chick-fil-A, like $5 off your but it had like a Jesus quote with it, And it was just like, well, people are very active. They're very like, they go off and promote their thing, and that's fine, so live and let live,
Really... I don't give a monkey's flying testicle what you believe. Really, I've got my own personal opinion, but that's just personal, and it's my opinion. But as much as, don't push God on me, and I won't push my hippie little atheist values on you. Just live and let be. You know what I mean? I always think that religion is a barometer of pain anyway. And when I look at someone and it's like, I can understand it. I can absolutely understand it. If you're about to die in your pickup truck, it's Holy Mother God. You know what I mean? It's like the whole gamut will come out.
Well, I just fascinated, but it's yes. But the whole thing about cutting a hole in a coin in England, if I remember correctly, that's illegal, isn't it? Because you're defacing the Queen or the King now, I suppose. You're not allowed to cut pennies in half or shoot them with bullets, or I thought there was something about that which was like defacing the coin of the realm.
I think that's Thailand, but there again, he punched a hole in the eagle, and the eagle, goddamn, is a bird of freedom. You know what I mean? And you're not allowed to eat eagle.
Like swan, you can't eat swan.
Yeah, you can eat swan. It tastes like swan in England. Absolutely. No, you're not. I don't think you're allowed. I think it's catch and release. I don't think you're allowed to eat bald eagle. I reckon.
Catch and release? What are you doing? Fishing for them?
I reckon if I went in there, if I got caught strangling an eagle, right, and then plucking it and cooking it, I reckon I'll just get shot there and then, Quite rightly so, probably, as well.
Yeah. Hold on. Phone's ringing. Hold on 1 sec. Hold on, let me stop that. God. Okay. No, he doesn't eat eagles. No, it's okay. I promise you he does. It's just a joke. All right. No. See you later. Bye.
Who was it?
RSPBB. The protection of birds. Sorry. They're just worried about eagles.
Since I've fucking ate that swan, they've been on to me.
They've been on to you. They watch everything we do with like a fine tooth comb.
everything we do, they just watch us. Ever since ladies and gentlemen, I've never eaten bald eagle and I've never eaten swan. There are two birds you're not allowed to eat. Anyway, what are we here for apart from eating endangered animals? Actually, on a thought of that, probably one of the most ethical fish to eat, I would have thought, is whale. Because their numbers are very closely counted, and
are you Japanese?
Well, their numbers they really are counted, aren't they? They're a big fish. I mean,
But yeah, they were decimated though, and they're also really intelligent. You don't want to go around shooting whales, do you? It's not very nice, really.
Well, pigs are intelligent as well.
True. I think we're going into a whole philosophical minefield here, right?
Controversial, but you can't count how many cod there are, but you can count a whale. And if they go dip below 1,800, ease off. You know what I mean?
How do you go around counting a whale as like a whale census? There's a big ocean.
Things.
Yeah, but there's a big bloody ocean, and they swim around, and
collar them. Collar them.
Track the lot.
Collar the lot, and then keep a count of the numbers. Anyway, controversial. The telephone's going to ring in a minute. It's going to be the RSPB again.
Protection of fish.
It's better. Yeah, protection of fish. Right, what are we here for?
Not the whale's a fish, though. It's a mammal. But anyway, we're here for... Okay, this is
What defines a mammal?
I think it's a backbone, isn't it? No, because fish have backbones.
Isn't it?
No, is it what they breathe? Or they have lungs? Or they have arms? I don't know. No, let's not go there. Let's just get on with the video.
They give birth to live animals and they give milk.
They give milk?
Yeah, and they suckle their young and they give birth to live animals.
Okay, all right.
Now who's a fucking stupid one? back to my idea of collaring them all, you see? Yeah, okay. Now I've got a bit of validity. All right. So what are we here for?
What are we here? We're here for Tommy Emmanuel. Tommy, rock on, Tommy. Tommy Emmanuel.
Oh, Tommy.
And so this is going to be a really interesting track. I haven't seen it yet. But it's. I think it looks like it's a show in Australia called Hey Hey It's Saturday, and I've got some notes. Do you want me to read the notes?
Yes, please. That would be
fantastic.
So yes,
Tommy Emmanuel is 1993, and the track's called The Journey. And from 1993, a similar feel to Albatross by Fleetwood Mac, or even Jessica by the Allman Brothers. This live performance sees him introduced by our mate John Farnham, who he was touring guitarist with for a number of years, along with, now these names probably mean nothing to us, with Shirley Strachan of the Skyhooks, and of course,
Roger the Rapist.
Roger the Rapist, and Ozzy the
Strangler. Do we have Roger the Rapist here, or what was the other name? Shirley what?
Shirley Strachan from the Skyhooks, and Ozzy the
Strachan. And who?
I'm not telling you. An uncommon glimpse of him on electric guitar and playing with the band, as he is usually a one-man show these days. So, there you go.
We've done a couple of his tracks. The guy is a savant.
Genius.
On guitar.
His brother's equally good. Yeah, so...
And when we saw him play with Billy Strings, we thought we were watching Billy Strings, and he was just some guy that got up, and he was like, ooh,
Blew us away.
That was a good video. All right. Did you see Billy Strings' auntie wrote in?
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
Hello, Billy Strings' auntie.
But she's still not here.
Strings.
Auntie Strings.
Oh, she died?
No, she's probably just not. It was a while ago. No. She's not going to be hanging out here on the off chance we just mentioned her and her nephew Billy again. So,
well, anyway, Auntie Strings, if you are here, I hope you're well and healthy.
Not died.
Not dead like my co-host. I thought you were. It's a fine
this
line,
show
isn't
is
it,
not really going
death?
well, is it?
No.
It's like
right,
Wales, Eagles.
Let's
play the
do
music.
it. All right.
Okay.
Are
you ready, sir?
Big boy. Yes, sir.
3, 2, 1, go.
Shall we help you? Saturday the 25th. Oh, no, Blackman's been Wednesday the 29th because the tour's getting sold out, so go and get some tickets. This is Tommy Emmanuel, his band, and The Journey.
All right. early in the morning.
Well done, mate. Thanks, mate. Beautiful. Hey, Ozzy, it is time for the hey hey.
So Australia had weird TV shows with weird stuffed animals that didn't really look like stuff, same as we did. Actually, they were not
as well
important.
as we did.
Well, Rolf Harris was Australian. He came to England, didn't he?
Yeah, and then he got locked up for kiddie fiddling.
Kiddie fiddler, another one. Anyway,
Yeah, another one.
Back to the track.
You know what they remind me? It didn't remind me of Albatross. It didn't.
No.
It reminded me of an Australian. Oh my God, Mike Oldfield. It's like Hergus Ridge. It was like the Omadorn album. It was like storytelling through music, where Mike Oldfield would get a rhythm, especially off the Omadorn album. The drums were the same, and then he'd build it up. That was absolutely fantastic.
It was amazing, wasn't it? And it had that big sound, because I think it was that, obviously it was like, I think it was synths and things, but it was that sort of didgeridoo sound. It was very authentic to Australia, wasn't it? And it had that, but it had that big soundscape. I was thinking of the, what's that band, Icehouse, which what it was, Great Southern Land, where they paint this big picture about this big space you have, this huge, and it was sort of kind of fitted into that category, I thought. But he is a really interesting guitarist. And I think what Chris's note said, and thank you, Chris, about him singing with him electric in a band was really, because we'd seen him acoustic and he's amazing, technical finger picking, whatever. But to see him like strangling that electric guitar with such an interesting technique and sound, I loved it. Really different. Really
he did strangle that guitar. Yeah. It was really good.
He wrung every note out of it.
If I could play guitar like that, I would just be on the electric all the time. Obviously, he's a storyteller and he loves the acoustic, but it was like, why? That was fantastic. Great lead, great hooks in there, and then it went off into a trippy bit, a bit like Gong, Steve Hillich area. Yeah. And then he brought it back. It was great, absolutely top tier music. That one, I really enjoyed it. Again, Australia hit hard in the 80s.
Lovely purple suits, but it was awesome. I did like it, and like what an amazing piece of music just to have an instrumental on your Saturday morning TV show. I suppose again that was a kind of unique feature, I suppose, or felt like it would have been. So.
And it must have been a kids' program because there was a stuffed
the Ozzy the Ostrich and Robert the Rapist, and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, that's when kids, they got good music. It's a bit like we had a child's program called Blue Peter, and it was like
still going Blue Peter, I think, isn't it?
Still going. Who wrote the music?
Someone
Mike Oldfield.
It was Mike Oldfield.
Mike Oldfield.
Right. Yeah.
So there we would get real rock musicians. We didn't pander to the kids. It's the original version. It's really great. The lead guitar and stuff,
Well, maybe we put a bit of the Blue Peter tune in now, and so people can experience the moment,
Now on BBC One, Blue Peter.
Hello. And that was...
Australia, once again, you've outdone yourself, and Tommy Emmanuel, absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant. Excellent. All right. Well, I'll leave it there, and we'll see what else we can do with coming up. Some more odds and sods. So,
thank you, everyone. If you can pay the price now and just subscribe, that'd be fantastic.
Join
We've
us on
got
Patreon.
exclusive stuff on Patreon, absolutely. Stuff that we're listening to at the moment, just odd tracks. And enjoy yourself, and we'll see you on the next show.
See you later.
Oh, that sounded professional. Bye.
Never. Bye.
Bye.
Don't choke on that eagle.
Collar all the whales, collar the whales.